Well, hey there. Welcome to the Movie Review Mom YouTube channel. I'm the mom and I do the movie reviews. And today, the movie I'm reviewing is called Moving On. This dark revenge comedy is now available in some theaters as well as streaming online. The movie is rated R and is an hour and 25 minutes. My movie review mom grade is a C plus. So let me explain why. Keep watching. I'm going to give you an overview in a nutshell, and then I'll point out things I liked and didn't like, as well as offer tips for parents, themes worth talking about, funny lines, if there are any, interesting lines, and even recommendations for other films that are sort of similar that I think you might also like, or maybe even like better. All right, you ready? Let's dive in. In a nutshell, if you're a fan of the popular TV show Grace and Frankie, like I am, you're in for more of the same goofy fun from this dynamic duo. Their chemistry together is just undeniable and extremely entertaining. The story of this movie is not the Frankie and Grace characters, but it's about two old friends who reconnect at a funeral of another friend and decide to get revenge on the widower who messed with them decades before. The movie is written and directed by Paul Weitz. So there were a lot of things that I liked about this movie. First of all, Jane Fonda is usually dolled up to look much younger and gorgeous, but in this movie, she's starting to show her age. Of course, she's still beautiful. She's 85 years old and still pumping out movies like crazy. Now, add Lily Tomlin, who is always delightful and who truly shines in this movie. Together, they are reliably entertaining. What impressed me was not the actresses' comedic chops, because we already know they've got the funny bone in spades. But the serious drama required them to stretch a little and show us that they've still really got it. It was also really nice to see Malcolm McDowell in something again, too. I've always enjoyed his performances. It's really great to see that aging stars and actors can still find an audience in Hollywood, and audiences just love these two, especially together. I had to laugh at a special request for bacon from one of the characters. Bacon. The issue of aging is taken very seriously in this film. However, murder and revenge are not. Now, there were a few things that I didn't like so much about this movie. First of all, the plot kind of trudges along, shifting tone and pacing. Sometimes it feels like a comedy, and then other times it's surprisingly serious. It's very dark with not as much humor as you would expect from this comedic duo. When these two stars are paired together, normally we expect a lot of humor, and it started out that way, but then quickly shifted into a much more dramatic film. There are several scenes that are filmed at nighttime that they probably will appear very dark if you watch this on a small streaming device when it goes to streaming. Well, it is on streaming in some devices right now. Let me give you some tips for parents. This is not really an appropriate movie for kids. And honestly, kids are going to be very bored since it's basically a movie about old people talking. There is talk of murder. Two women try to purchase a gun in California, which actually is comedic because California gun laws are very strict. There is some alcohol, quite a bit of it, in fact, in the movie. A woman encourages a young boy's desire to wear girls' clothes and jewelry. A woman talks about her lesbian lover. There's profanity, including an F-bomb, and an unmarried couple sleeps together. Now, luckily, we don't see anything. I think Hollywood knows we generally don't want to see older naked people. I don't want to see any naked people in movies, but such as it is, we just know that's what's going on. And there are some awkward conversations about sexual relationships. Some of the themes that are illustrated very well are aging, boomers, marriage, identity, retirement homes, graphic description of a rape, abuse, life and death, karma, murder. Did I already say that one? Revenge. Did I already say that one? And infidelity. All right, so I always like to write down funny lines and interesting lines just to kind of give you a taste for the dialogue and a feel for the movie. And I have all of them written down on my written review at moviereviewmom.com. So run over there, check them all out. But I'll share a few of them with you here right now. So true to Lily Tomlin's character in almost every movie that she's in, she's snarky and funny and has a unique perspective on life. And she has that in this movie as well. So again, I just thought she stole every scene that she was in. Anyway, here's just a kind of a funny, cute line where she says, maximum damage sounds neat, as they're talking about destruction or murder and that kind of stuff. And then in another scene, she says, I don't hate anyone. It's too exhausting, which is true. And then she responds to somebody else who's kind of commenting on her snarky attitude. And she says, people think I'm funny, but I'm really just talking. I just love her and her character so much. All right, so let me give you some recommendations for other films that I think you might also like. Of course, if you haven't already, you should definitely check out the TV series Grace and Frankie. They are just adorable in it. Another more recent movie that has both of them is 80 for Brady. And you can see my recent movie review on that film. And then another one that takes a look at older women, specifically in the retirement home community, is called Queen Bees. And it's fairly entertaining and certainly entertaining for the boomers and that golden generation. All right, that's it. I hope that if you watch this movie that you enjoy it. There was one element of the movie that I didn't enjoy, and that was, revenge and wanting to kill somebody and really taking action to do those. And it was treated very lightheartedly. And I was just like, I don't know. I mean, we're talking murder. If it was a slapstick comedy, then I think I would have gotten more into it. But it was kind of like taken seriously. And so just heads up on that kind of content. All right. Thank you for always supporting me by watching my videos. Believe it or not, it does a lot of good to help my channel grow by just simply liking my video or giving it a thumbs up. And if you've got extra time on your hands, run over to Patreon. And I've got all kinds of gifts that I offer for my patrons there for supporting me. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic day. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.